Hello, thank you for coming back to my kitchen. You are very welcome. Today I've been making these rich cherry scones. They are delicious. They're one of my favourite, and I normally make these like every other week. I love them. But today has been a little bit different. I'm on my own. It's just me and you. Oh, did I hit my mic then? I shouldn't have done that. You'll know why in a minute. It's just me and you. My cameraman has gone away to the coast for a couple of days. So I'll tell you a bit about the setup here. My cameraman and editor is my son. And when he goes back to uni, probably mid-September, I'll need to be filming all this on my own anyway. He'll still be editing. I would never get my head around all that. But I will be filming. So this today has been a practice of me filming everything. So I'm just letting you know, just in case there's any wobbly bits or bits that aren't up to scratch. But it'll be fine. Well, I don't know. If you're watching this, it was fine. He pinned things together. If you're not watching this, then you will not know of the disaster that has unfolded today. Anyway, I'm going to go off and have these, and I have a cup of tea here. Look. I have a cup of tea, and I'm going to go off and have my scone for my lunch. So I hope you enjoy the video. Make them, they're delicious. Okay, they are really nice. Cherries are one of my favourite things. Hopefully this video came out okay. But as I say, if it didn't, you know why. Okay, here's how I made them. So we need to start by putting the oven on 210 degrees Celsius. And then we grease our baking sheet. And set aside. In my bowl, I'm going to sieve 8 ounces of self-raising flour. To this we add a big pinch of salt. Now a pinch of salt is more than a pinch, although it's called a pinch. Let me tip some salt out. About that much. And then 2 ounces of cold butter straight out the fridge. And we're going to chop all the cold butter into the flour. Once it's chopped into tiny pieces, we're going to go in with our fingers and rub it in to make fine bread crumbs. Once you think it's done, give the bowl a little shake, and all the pieces normally come to the top that you haven't done properly. So give those another little rub in. There, that's done. Now we need to stir in 1 ounce of caster sugar and 2 ounces of dried fruit. Today I've used raisins and sultanas, but you can use a combination of currants, raisins or sultanas, whatever you like. Now we're going to cut the cherries. So here's my little tub of glacé cherries, and for this recipe we need 2 ounces. I've done this recipe so many times that I know 2 ounces is 10 cherries, so I just count them out. 2, 3, 9, 10. And we'll cut the cherries into quarters. They're so delicious, these cherries. It's these that give the scones such a wonderful flavour. So all these cherries are going to go in the bowl. Oops, one has escaped. So give those a quick mix round. And then we're going to go in with our fingers. The reason being is that we want to get all the dried fruits separated from one another and coated in the flour mixture so they don't stick together in the scones. Where they've come out of the packets, they're normally quite stuck together, and no one wants one scone with a great big clump of dried fruit in, and then it leaves the other scones with not much fruit, so it needs to be dispersed well. Look, there's 2 stuck together after all this time. Oh, 3 stuck together then. There, I think that's done. So at this point we need to set this mixture aside. In this jug I have 1 egg and enough milk to bring it up to 1/4 pint, and we're just going to whisk that. So now we need to just make a little well in the mixture, and you're going to pour the majority of this in, but you need to leave some in the bottom of the jug for brushing the tops of the scones when they've been cut out. We'll see if that's enough. Just stir with a knife, it'll come together. This is going to make quite a wet dough. It's not going to be dry like pastry. I think that needs a tiny bit more. Once you've got it to this stage, we need to go in with our hands. Roll my sleeve up before I do this. Just bring it all together. As I say, it's quite a wet, sticky dough at this point. So we've got a nice ball there. Now at this stage we need to flour either a board or the surface, whatever you're going to roll them out on. I've just cleaned this surface, so this is fine. Make it into a round. A little more flour. So we're going to roll this out to about 1 centimetre or 1/2 inch thick. I think that's about right. And now I just need to find my cutter. I got it out and I can't remember where I've put it. There it is. So this mixture will make about 8 scones. Normally I make 7 good ones and then try and get the 8th out of what's left, but that doesn't matter. I'd rather have 7 good ones than 1 bad one. So this cutter is a 3-inch cutter, or just over 7 centimetres. So hopefully we'll get nearly 8 out of this. I'll just bring this tin on. If you have any bits like this on the side, this little currant, it's not a currant because I didn't put currants in today, it's a raisin. Just leave it and we'll put it back in we'll fold it back in when we get the edges up. It will burn. If you leave it on the end, it will burn, so we don't want that. Look, there's a little bit of cherry on the edge there, just pull that away. That bit that's in there doesn't matter, it's just the bits that are sticking out you don't want. You don't want anything burning. So I normally get 5 out of the first roll and I've only got 4, so I must be making them a little thicker today. Just push all this together, flour the board again and roll out. So I'm not going to get 4 out of this, I might just go for 7. So yes, I'm going for 7 today. So this is what my 8th one normally looks like, just a ball of dough. Kind of flatten it out, a little roll, and just about cut that one out like that. And that's number 7 today. And these bits will just need to be thrown away. Before these go into the oven, we need to brush them with the leftover egg and milk mixture. Don't brush the sides, only the tops. If you brush the sides, it can stop them rising, because the egg will cook on the sides. There, egg mixture on, and they go into an oven for 10 to 12 minutes. So my scones have had 11 minutes. I think they're about done. I'm just going to take them off the baking sheet and put them on the cooling rack. So they can stay like that till they're nearly cold. They are nice, warm, split with butter in. And also when they are cold and you're eating them the next day, you can pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes on 150 degrees centigrade and warm them up again. Let them cool slightly before you split them and butter, but they'll be lovely and crispy on the edges. If you would like to see more recipes like this, please don't forget to subscribe.